everybody. Good morning. Today is Friday. Usually Miss Laura would be making today's video, but she's moving into her new house. Yay! And I'm feeling extra happy and excited today because it's finally sunny. It's been so rainy for the past couple days, but the sun is shining today. It's feeling warmer, so I'm really happy Miss Laura has a sunny day to move things into her new house so not all her stuff gets wet. And I'm excited to spend some time outside later, especially when the sun warms it all up for us out there. I do have 3 messages for you today, and some other videos I'm going to show you that I made by my apartment, okay? So let's start with message 1. This is about something I showed you yesterday on my video. Up here I wrote mouse count because that's the book that I read yesterday. Do you remember the characters in mouse count? There was a snake and a ton of little mice, 10 of them, and the snake wanted to eat them up, right? But the mice were too clever. They were thinking and they tricked the snake and they were able to get away. But then I showed you how you can use a sock to make a snake on your hand, and you could pretend that 10 things around your house are mice, and you could pretend to be the snake collecting the mice. So did you get a chance to try that? Did you make a snake sock puppet? Yeah? I thought it was pretty fun. And I'm really wondering if you were able to find 10 things at your house to pretend to be mice. I like playing that game. You can pretend your sock puppet is something else too. It doesn't have to be a snake. You can just have a puppet on your hand. Okay, for message 2, I drew some pictures and some words to go with them. Do you remember what this animal is called? It's a tadpole. That's the animal that I have. And remember, it's going to turn into a frog. It's going through metamorphosis, which is a big word that Miss Laura and I have talked about. That means this tadpole's body is going to be changing and growing and looking a lot different when it's finally done growing. So let's go ahead and do a quick check-in. I'll take you over. Here we go. Alright, let's see if I can find him. Oh, yep, he's sitting back here today. This morning I was scared because I came to check on him and I couldn't see him. And I thought, wait a second, tadpoles can't just walk away. They're stuck in the water. But you know what? He had swim up to these green leaves and he was kind of sitting on top of one almost. So I'm wondering if he's getting ready to grow his legs. Because when the tadpole's legs start to grow, he needs something to rest on. So I'm wondering if he's practicing resting. Oh, there he goes, up and down. For when his legs come. And I'll also put something extra in the water, like maybe a big rock or something else for it to climb up on top of. So that's kind of exciting if it's practicing resting for when it has legs. So I'm really curious to see if it will change in a couple days and the legs will start to grow. We'll keep an eye on it. It can be hard to wait. Metamorphosis is not very fast, is it? No, it takes a long time. But we can also check on this other thing we've been looking at. And yesterday I had a special word for it because little green leaves finally started poking out of the dirt. I called it a sprout because here in my white pot there is one little green sprout right here. And I keep hoping more will come and more will grow. We'll have to keep watching and waiting. Growing flowers is also not very fast, is it? We're looking at some pretty slow things, but that's okay because when they're done growing, they will be wonderful and beautiful. Okay, for message 3, I have a question for you. Can you build a ramp? You might remember in Red Room, we put ramps or those long pieces of wood in the block area, and we were able to use our blocks and ramps to build like things for our cars to go down. And it looked like a lot of you really enjoyed that. And I was thinking, you know what? You can build a ramp at home too, right? You don't have to have blocks and you don't have to have this special long piece of wood. You can build it out of other things. I have one car at my apartment. It's this little car. But if you don't have a car, that's okay too. Maybe you have a ball that you can roll or something else that's round. Maybe you can do an experiment and find out what will roll down the ramp. But we have to build the ramp first, right? So I have my little car and I brought over some books. You can build a ramp out of books. Huh, pretty cool, huh? So what you can do is, I have like this big, huge book. I'm going to scooch this over a little bit. And if you just set the book down and then use another book and prop it up on an angle like this, let's see if it'll work. All right, little car, here we go. Oh, it did work. So you can use some books stacked and leaned against each other to make your own ramp at home, like for a car or for other things that maybe you want to see if they roll. But I have some extra questions for you. I was wondering, I wrote the word long. Can you make a long ramp? So maybe instead of just one book, you get another book and add it to the bottom of your ramp. Let's see if it'll work. Oh, it kind of stopped on my second book. So I might need to change things a little bit to make it go further. But I used 2 books to make a longer ramp this time. I also wrote the word steep. Steep. Can you make a steep ramp? That means, can you make a ramp that goes higher and higher and higher? What do you think we need to do to make this stay up higher? Because see, this is kind of a low ramp, but we can make a steep ramp for the car to go down too. But what do you think I'll need to do? Could probably stack some more books up, right? Good thing I brought some more over. Here's another one. Oh, it's already a little steeper. Do you think we can make it even steeper? I have one more big book. Whoa! Oh my goodness! Do we think it'll work? Okay, let's see. All right, little car. Whoa! It went down a lot faster that time, didn't it? This is a really steep ramp. Yeah. I have one more thing to ask you. This word says tunnel. Ooh, maybe you can find something at your house to make a tunnel for your car or round rolling thing to go through. Maybe it's like an empty paper towel roll, or maybe you have something else at your house. Here at my apartment, get these out of the way. I remembered I have this big yoga mat and there's a big long hole through the middle. So I was wondering, I wonder if my car can go through the middle of my yoga mat. So I'm going to hold it up like this and I'm going to send my car through. Let's see if it comes out. Oh, did you see it? So I could add this to my ramp. I could use more books to make it stand up so I don't have to hold it. And now my car has a ramp to go through, or a tunnel to go through, and some book ramps. So maybe you can find some things at your house to make a ramp. It doesn't have to be books. You might have other things that you can stack up and make flat for the car to go down. You might have other things at your house that might be a great tunnel for your car to go through. So you can choose what you want to use. It doesn't have to be blocks. I don't have any blocks at my house, but I still made a ramp. So I'm just wondering, do you think you could try to build one at your house? I'm really curious to see what kind of things you guys have that you can build with and create with, because it doesn't have to be things we have at school. There are lots of things at your house that you'd be able to use as well. Okay? I don't have a book or a song today, but I do have some extra videos that I'm going to show you next. You might remember I have a big pond by my apartment. And yesterday and this morning I made some extra videos of different kinds of birds that I've been seeing like by the water. So I'll show you those, and then Miss Laura will be back on Monday with a new video, and I will see you again on Tuesday, okay? So enjoy the videos, and I'll see you next time. Hi, so I'm at my apartment, and I looked out my window and I noticed this big bird standing out by the pond. This is called a heron. I think it might be looking for some fish to eat. I've been seeing a lot of different birds by my pond. There's geese and, and ducks as well. So next time all those other birds come back, I'll make some more videos. Hello again. I'm down by the pond by my apartment because I wanted to show you. We have some geese, and a couple of days ago their babies hatched out of their eggs. Let's see if I can see them. You see them in the water swimming. So this mom goose and dad goose now have baby goslings. That's what we call a baby goose, a gosling. And they've been swimming around the pond and going up on the edges looking for little things to eat. And there's 6 babies. And I've been having fun watching them. Hopefully we'll get more babies soon from the other geese. I just left the pond and walked back up to my apartment to make breakfast, and I looked out the window and there's a whole new family of geese. So the ones we watched earlier are now sitting way over there across the pond. And now this family has 9 goslings. The other family had 6. This mom goose and dad goose have 9 babies. You can see how they're pecking in the dirt looking for little things to eat.